Okay, guys, take a seat. What you do is go to a chair, press your interaction. Yes, you
Wait,
guys knows. Okay, Raven, do you know?
wait.
Valen, I suggest you come to the close. Kenny, come to the front row. It's better.
The chair is so broken.
Yeah, this one is it's just
Yeah,
updated the
everyone,
advanced
everyone is standing
floating.
on air.
That's
Because
fine.
the advanced movement mod is doing this. Nope. Okay,
You guys
Raven,
you guys got to use Windows key.
get
Oh,
up,
Windows.
face the chair, press
Okay,
your
okay, got
Windows
it, got
key,
it, got
sit.
it.
Yes.
There you go. Don't
That's
don't
how I
don't
do.
pick up the chair.
Yeah. Okay,
No,
everyone on there.
use the
That's nice.
cooler shit to
Let me.
sit down.
Yeah.
I would love to take a picture of this PowerPoint. Welcome to Arma Malaysia Bootcamp. First of all, we will go through a few steps, which would be the server community rules, certain etiquettes, as well as go through some of the. After this, we'll go through some key binds. First of all, Arma Malaysia. Who are we? We are in this game we consider it as a military tactical cooperative gameplay community which employs combined arms. We are not milsim. Milsim is a fully what you call a military simulator, and there are milsim clans out there whereby it's very uh, discipline, and there's so a lot of structures. You get ranks, you go through a lot of SOPs. You got to come into TeamSpeak also. You got to knock a door, ask for permission to enter, stuff like that. We don't do that. We want to keep it a good. We want to make it a balance between fun, but at the same time, we still have to realize that this is still a cooperative gameplay. So, for one, being cooperative, we do need certain discipline as well as cooperation to make it happen or to make the game more fun for everybody. So in terms of combined arms, you will notice that Arma Malaysia employs our basic infantry, which we'll go through today. But we will also have in some of our games the armor, mechanized infantries, mechanized air. We have air support. There is an air squadron unit that is supporting. Uh, we do have one moment. We do have sea at times, whereby we will take boats, being a gunboat or those ribs, which is like those dinghy boats to do insertion and all that. So we are considered semi milsim. Okay, we run in multilingual. We have Bahasa Malaysia as well as English. So there is no rules that you need to stick with Bahasa Malaysia or English. You can mix it up, rojak as usual. Um, you will notice that in our gameplay sometimes the radio comms will have some mix. We are all Malaysians, so we should be able to blend in. If you can't just go in with the language that you are comfortable with, no issue. Okay. We do have weekly missions. We've been very busy lately, which is almost every other day, or if not daily, we do have events. Only we slow down a little bit because of festive seasons and maybe taking a break or so. Otherwise, you will notice that we will have a very busy schedule. You're not to say that you are compulsory for you to attend every one of them, but when you can, just drop by.
Whoa.
It'll be nice. And we do in betweens. We do have ad hoc missions. Azad, just take a seat if you want to, or you
I
can.
guess it.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
guys, have a seat and pay attention, please. All right.
Duduk.
Okay. Okay, so continuing, we do have ad hoc operations on days that are down times. So sometimes you'll see Azad saying, okay, if nobody's up, we're just going to put a simple mission up. Those are ad hoc missions that we do. Otherwise, we do also have lately we slow down a bit, but we used to have maybe quarterly joint operation with the ASEAN countries. We lately have been having some joint operations mainly with the Philippines, Arma Philippines. There's also Arma Thailand and Indo. We had one where Taiwan and Philippines joined at the same time. So those kind of games are really fun. You'll be surprised that it's so big. We have about, I think there was once up to about 60 players, and a cross cross joint ops with different teams there. Once in a while, it can be quite fun. Those joint ops operations, we tend to need a little more training. So fresh newcomers most likely will get too overwhelmed, so they won't be joining. But if you played long enough with us, I think it will be fun. No pressure. They also have a lot of new players there, so it's quite fun that you will see that once in a while we do have joint ops. Um, Joint ops, sometimes we have joint air exercises or joint armor exercises. Those are also quite fun. And the next topic we want to talk about Arma Malaysia in terms of the community ethics atau etika in Malay. So just a few things that we have to go through and understand so that we uh, be what you call that in line with what we want to do, build this community to. First, number one, be respectful to all. Please, I think this is very important that we're respectful for everybody, seniors and also juniors, as well as uh, males and females. I think there were times lately, mainly is males player, but we do have female joiners once in a while. So I think being you see where I'm talking about when you say ooh, now that shouldn't happen when I said
Hey,
respectful to all, because it did
okay,
happen
okay.
to some of the female joiners. Some of the players were like giving too many innuendos to the point where they felt very uncomfortable and they do not want to join anymore. Let's not do that. So give them the same respect as any other players. Okay, don't come up with wise remarks like let's open up and what you call that. Breach in and stuff like that. So when someone says open up and breach in and then he like that, it's very
What?
disrespectful uh, to some of the players which are female. So let's not do that, okay? Okay, the other one is I need you guys to start being open and speak up. This is a game where you need to speak up. You need a working mic for sure, and you need to talk a lot. You need to start talking, and this is not a game for you to keep silent throughout the whole game. There are some players, they are from day one until now, they are legends themselves, but those are the quiet ones. However, I hope that everybody would pick up and speak up more, exchange ideas. Uh, don't feel bad to give suggestions. There will be times where during debriefing we will be asking for critiques constructively with anybody, including admin, mission makers, also senior members. Be open and constructively critique. Don't again. There's a balance. Don't disrespect, but just give your facts and your what you call this. The other thing is be on time. Okay, this one is a tough one, and like I said today, we try to start early, but it's very, very hard to manage everybody to come on time. But let's try at least to put in some effort to be on time on missions, especially because we need to start things and so we can end early. And if we are late, coming in the middle, it's kind of disruptive in terms of the flow. This is not King of the Hill or any public server where you can just hop in and then just go out. Most of the time when we have ops, this is something that we do from start till the end. Try to commit at least the whole entire ops, which is most likely ranging between 2 hours to sometimes dragging it to about 2.5. But otherwise, I think 2 hours would be considered one of the most average time that we will play in any ops. Appreciate and share. Don't forget to appreciate and share, because let's not forget sometimes things we tend to get a little too pampered and don't realize that actually the only thing that we pay for is the game and some of the DLCs and your equipment. Otherwise, uh, the games that are put into our ops are all free. I mean, you guys join many different types of ops, which is endless fun for many, many years and many, many hours. You can see some people are playing for 7,000 over hours. Those are super seniors, and tons of missions which are literally free. So we don't pay for it. So because of that, there are people who put a lot of hard work and a lot of effort to get these things out for you for your enjoyment. So appreciate it. Once in a while, say thanks, and once in a while, say good job. This is a. I mean. Just don't come and start demanding for stuff and said, there's not enough missions, stuff like that. Your mission sucks, stuff like that. Let's not forget we are playing on a free server. You don't even need to pay for the server. You don't need to pay. The only thing you pay is your internet and your own electricity bill, and of course even the mods for heaven's sakes are free. So everything's free here. So great, share that. Once in a while, say thank you to admins, thank you to mission makers especially, and not to mention your fellow players, because without all of us playing, this would be a boring place. It would just be an empty land with a lot of stuff that you can ride along. Is You'd be surprised that the whole entire Altis would be like a ghost island and you are alone. So yes, appreciate and share. Do not, for heaven's sakes, bring in stuff like racial, politics, sexual, religion matters into not just onto our server, but also the Facebook page. Uh, do not go start posting problems in Syria, problems in Afghanistan and whatever, and do not, for heaven's sake, post in any religious stuff like all the things that you hear about. This is not a place to do that. We are here to have fun. We are here that everybody is equal. Do not bring any racial stuff here. Try not to overdo profanity. It's okay. We can accept a few fucks here and fucks there. We fuck up and all that, but let's not go and overdo it. All right. Keep it to something that still fun, and let's not, start saying words that are, you know, I suppose
Not
fuck.
casual swearing.
Yeah, well, the difference between profanity, let you say fuck the enemy, let's fuck this and fuck that, and compare that jibai you. Now that is two different things, okay? So let's not overdo that. Do not advertise. I do not want to see anyone start posting stuff onto the Facebook literally to advertise anything. We will take it down immediately, but if you repeatedly do that, we will ban you. Do not put up things like what you call this, ubat lelaki kuat for 50 ringgit,
What?
do not do shit like that.
What the hell?
Do not put up things like telco rates, from DG, Maxis, Celcom. Don't do that. Don't put up things that are not relevant. You can put in off-topic matters, but try to keep off-topic matters as close as possible to armor. In other words, military stuff, memes and fun stuff and jokes. Once in a while, can share a little bit of what you are doing, but let's try to limit that. We will see. This is a gray area. Sometimes we have moderators, we have admin that will look at it, and if it's okay, we'll leave it there. It's not, we'll take it down. Okay. Spamming. Do not spam. Also, do not keep putting the same shit over and over and over and over again. If you see someone put up earlier, try not to put it up again. So it's just taking up unnecessary space. Uh, do not rant here. Jangan kata kasar, in the sense that don't come and give your problems here and start, how you say, moaning and bitching and all that. This is not a place. We don't want to hear it because it's negative, and we just want to try to keep it as positive and fun. So bring your rants elsewhere. Don't start posting things that, my mom is getting me to come home every day at 3 o'clock, and just repeat that over and over again. Don't do that. Okay? And of course, don't be a nuisance. Come in respectful. Do not go off running to, when everyone's kind of like assembled over here. Don't start running to the other side and start doing your own thing. Try to keep up with us, and just don't be a nuisance to everybody. Okay. One thing I did not post up, I should update it, is that I forgot to put one thing. Do not play into, like, start putting up music into your mic or whatever, because we have streamers, and when you put music, it will be copyrighted, and some of the streamers may get kicked out, or may get worst off, they may actually get banned from places like Twitch or YouTube. So do not place. I know sometimes we want to, like, in a long ride in the helo or a truck ride to your AO, sometimes we play music. Don't do that, because streaming will get copyrighted, strikeout. Okay. Rules of engagement. When you come into the base, especially in ops, okay, do not fire your weapon in the base or in the briefing area. We'll go through how you put your weapons on safety, as well as to take out
Presso?
your max as possible.
Yeah.
So, Do not do that. Do not enter vehicles without clearance. Just now, I remember Raven, you just went straight to the quad bike and start riding away. No, do not do that. Get clearance, or if you really want to have, if you're bored to death, come and ask for permission. Don't go hop on it and go. Especially in ops, there will be vehicle placed. There are vehicles placed in certain spots or literally for a purpose. Don't go and mess it up. So basically, just stick with this rule. Do not go into aircraft. That one is a definite no-no. I don't want you to go into a helicopter, just take off, because once you start the engine, it's super noisy. Then you start giving you being a nuisance already. And if you're being nuisance, that will break the earlier rule. Do not go YOLO and wander off alone. We are a cooperative, so if we sit down and start giving briefing, don't just start running off. And when in ops, we follow a plan, we follow a tactical.
Windows button.
Okay. Okay, cantik visual. Do not, like I said, do not go on your own. This is. Boleh dengar tak visual?
Dia tak dengar. You can't hear the rest of the people.
Semua diam lah. You boleh dengar kita tak?
Sebab kami orang tengah duduk diam ke?
Because we're all
Oh, patutlah.
Yo.
Apa benda lah? Ini tengah briefing ni.
Okay.
Okay, dah.
Settle it. Okay, no problem. Fizzle, next time we go through, you can come through the beginning again. Tapi kita sekarang going through certain rules and regulations of the ARMA. So no worries. Don't worry about being late. You can come back again another time to go through one more time for the early part. And back to where I said don't go YOLO and wander alone. When we go out on missions, there is a specific tactical plan, and we need to follow your squad leader or your PL's orders. Follow it. Don't go on your own little Rambo mission. We do not condone that, because you will screw it up for everybody. And then listen to orders by your assigned leaders. In other words, your fire team leader or your squad leader or your PL. Please follow that orders. If you have if you have something to say it out with respect. Sir, I do not agree. We do not think this is a good way. Say it out, but just make sure that you come to an agreement before you go out into the operation area. Do not spoil the game for everybody, because the server has at least on average 20 people who have actually sacrificed getting permission from their wives, girlfriends, children, and all that just to come and play with us. Don't screw it up for them, because sometimes it's not easy to just get all your kids to fall asleep and then tell your wife that I will be on a PC talking to my friends who I do not meet for at least 2.5 hours. So when we do that, every single one of us will have their own way of putting in effort to come and play. So don't screw it up for them and be an ass, okay? So, bootcamp today. This is the first bootcamp. What we'll be doing, we'll be going through a few things. We'll be learning how to do basic controls. We'll be learning how to use your ACE controls. We'll be learning how to do radio and communication, all basic. We will go through basic weapon proficiency. We won't go into advanced stuff, just very basic stuff. We will teach you how to do basic movement and formations. And finally, today we will do basic medical. Basic medical will be medical for yourself, not for others. This is not a medic course, it's just how you take care of yourself. Understood so far?
Yes.
Okay, Q&A. I'll leave this for a 2-minute thing. Any questions so far before we move on to the next one? Okay, Valen, come in front. Okay, Valen, stand right next to Raven. Right next to Raven. Okay, press 0 on your keyboard. Yep. When you press 0, you will all be standing in upright position with your primary slung behind you. Now, what I want you to do is press 0 again and bring your guns up to the front. Once you press your guns to the front, I want you to press Control and Tilt. Now, Tilt is the button next to the number 1. Above tab, next to number 1. Control Tilt. You would see a sign that says safety on.
Didn't know that.
All right. So press safety on. Now you will be having a safe gun. But in base, I suggest, oh, well, not I suggest, in base, it's customary what you do is now press I. You will have a menu that comes out. This is your inventory on the guns, the rifle on the right side, right? On the right side, far right below the rifle, you will see a magazine.
Yes, sir.
Click on the magazine and hold and drag it to your backpack.
Yes, sir.
Oh, backpack, but no, drag it to your
vest.
vest. So your magazine is now in your vest. You have a safe and unusable gun right now. This is what you do when you are in base during briefing and debriefing. Now what you do is when you go into a base or when you face around before operations, it's best that you don't point your weapon to anybody because it's rude to do that. What you do is you press control twice, your gun will go down. Yes.
Gadget, I need to step out to take earplugs.
Really, no problem. There are earplugs in the arsenal, you can get it. Go to the left or right box and then go arsenal. So this is how when you your stance and how you would hold your weapon. It's unloaded, it's on safe, and there is it's not pointing at anybody. So with this, you can walk around the base and you will be considered a professional when we are in game. Everybody stand behind me in one straight line. This should be the right way for you to mount up any vehicles. When you see a vehicle for mount up, wherever it is, there's two vehicles. If you guys are in two teams, mount up by lining up in this. So stand by. Let me pull the truck a little bit in front before I call you guys to. Okay, Azad, move the vehicle a little in front. All right, hold there. So what you want to do, everybody gets in. So Raven, when you get in, Feynman get back the next and then follow through just right in the back. I want you to go in. When you go in, says Raven in, Feynman in, Mr. K in, Kelvin in, by your names. Go, go, go. Shout your name in.
Raven in.
Follow. Last man in, say last man. So Idin, bila you masuk Idin in, last man in.
Last man in.
Loud. So I need you to shout loud, last man in. So semua tahu last man in. Then the driver would know what to do and we will go. So okay, the rest. Mansoon, you want to ride in the back?
My check on 100.
Stand by. Okay, everyone can hear me? I want you to press Control P right now.
Okay.
You have a
Yes,
small
sir.
radio. On the small radio, press CLR, clear.
Yes, sir.
And then press 100. And
Yes,
press
sir.
enter below. You
Okay.
probably get TTT. So just press 100 and press enter.
Okay.
Everybody done that?
I'm done.
Okay, I want you to press escape. When I call out your name, you would say radio check, and then just go by the name so I can get you to at least acknowledge you on radio. Kelvin,
Yeah, radio check.
Eden,
You did radio check.
Valen,
Radio check.
Nan,
Radio check.
Kenny,
Radio check.
Mansoon, oh, Mansoon FK, Raven,
Raven radio check.
Fizzle,
Visa radio check.
Feynman,
Flyman radio check.
and Mr. K.
Mr. P, radio check.
All right, everyone, Lima Charlie, I'm going to the front. Stay in your truck. You can chit chat while we make our way towards the radio and medical area. Stand by.